Yo, it's the Queen Azizah Nubia, and I'm here to talk a little bit about ancestor money and how you use ancestor money.
When God created women, he should have supplied a set of instructions.
It was all a dream. It was all a dream. Hang your pictures on my wall. Hang your pictures.
I work with my ancestors. I've been working with my ancestors since the beginning of my spiritual evolution. And I always recommend that any person, especially of melanated descent, you tap into the power of your ancestors. If you are on this spiritual journey trying to figure out which belief system you should believe in, which religious system you should believe in, or feeling lost or feeling like you're not connected to anybody, I really urge you to start connecting with your ancestors, because they can assist you on your spiritual journey. And your ancestors really can help assist you in this physical reality. When people think that they're alone and they don't have nobody there for them, your ancestors are on the other side waiting for you to accept them in. You know, you don't want to forget about your ancestors. You want to always pay homage to them, because your ancestors, just as you need them in this physical realm, they need you in the astral realm. So it's super important. And anybody wanting to learn more about ancestors and how we connect with our ancestors, I strongly encourage you to check out the movie Coco. It's a Disney movie. It is an excellent movie that really goes into the world of ancestors, and it's a cartoon. I love watching it more than my children do, so I would say that. So ancestor money. I started burning ancestor money probably at the beginning of this year. Now, I've known about ancestor money for a while, but I didn't start burning it until the beginning of this year because my ancestors told me to. Seriously, no lie, my ancestors made it very aware to me that they wanted me to start burning ancestor money. And I will tell you the truth, since I've been burning ancestor money, my ancestors have been able to help me even more than they have helped me in the past. Okay, now the reason why ancestor money is important is because, you know, for some reason a lot of people think that just because, you know, life on the physical realm is one way, and, you know, once we die is just nothing. No, there is order and there is a system here in the physical and in the spiritual. Okay, so there is a such thing as spiritual currency. Spiritual currency. Just like we have physical currency here, there is spiritual currency. And just like we need things here in the physical realm, things are needed in the spiritual realm as well. Okay, and when we die and we have a lot of debt, physical debt that we leave behind, that hinders us from receiving a lot of spiritual assistance financially on the other side, because we leave so much debt. So the idea of ancestor money is you can utilize ancestor money to help pay off your ancestors' debt here in the physical realm, which will in turn fill up their spiritual currency bank. Now, when your ancestors are able to get the things that they need on the spiritual realm in return, they will be able to help you with manifesting and getting the things that you need here on the physical realm. Okay, it's super duper important. I will tell you that when I started working with ancestor magic, okay, my grandmother, who is my closest living relative, who I have been close with, on the physical realm, she passed away back in 2017. This is before I started burning ancestor money. And every time my grandmother would come, it's been several times she had come to me in dreams, she was either in her hospital gown that she died in, or she was in just looking very bummy, like very, very bummy, in like old coats and old hats. And I never seen my grandmother dressed like that, but in my dreams, since she passed on, that's how she would dress. And it wasn't until I started burning the ancestor money that my grandmother would come into my dreams more dressed up in different like looking more vibrant. Like, you know, she had a shopping spree in the spiritual realm. Like, I'm telling you the truth. And it was my ancestors that reached out to me to tell me to start utilizing and burning ancestor money. And since I've been burning ancestor money, the ancestor money, like, my ancestors have been able to help me a lot faster. I don't have to wait a long time. It's instant. It's instant. And I burn my ancestor money, not just for the ancestors that I know, but I burn my ancestor money for the ancestors that I do not know as well. I always say ancestors known and unknown. I also burn ancestor money because it's a great offering tool as well. I burn the money for whatever deities or goddesses that I am working with, because I do God and goddess work. I will burn ancestor money for them. And then I also burn ancestor money for myself and for my children, because when we pass on into the afterlife, I want to make sure that we're covered as well. Because the thing is, this is why it's so important, and this is why my ancestors urge me so much to stay on my path, is because not everybody honors their ancestors. And because we don't honor our ancestors or keep their memories and keep their energy alive with us, a lot of them fade away. For example, Nipsey Hussle, because of all the things that he did in this reality, all the people that he touched, he built up so much spiritual currency that when he transitioned into the spiritual realm, he's going to live on forever. His memory is going to live on forever because of that. He had great spiritual currency built up. But for people like our grandmothers, our aunts and uncles who passed on, who are only kept alive through our memories and through us, a lot of us don't even honor them. You know, just even think of pictures. Like, my grandmother was good with keeping pictures, because pictures hold the memories. Now people take pictures and keep pictures on the internet, you know, so before long, 30, 40 years from now, you know, there won't be any memories left, especially if they take the internet away, you know. So it's super important that we get into the habit of doing rituals and doing work with our ancestors, because they will come and assist you. And ancestor money is a great offering tool to utilize for your ancestors. And I don't think there's a limit to how much ancestor money that you can burn for your ancestors. I know when I first started utilizing ancestor money, I burned a currency note every day for a week. And now I just burn a note at least 3 times a week when I do my altar and spiritual work. I don't burn it with every meditation, but I do make sure I'm burning at least 3 notes a week that's going out to my ancestors, and continuing doing the offerings for them, because my ancestors help assist me. Even for people that love to play the lottery, you know, your ancestors can start helping you with things, you know. So it's super important that you do not forget your ancestors and utilizing ancestor money. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering, where can you get some ancestor money from? Well, if you go to the Natural Woman web store, we have ancestor money notes. We have $10 billion notes, okay, that can be utilized. They are $11.11. That's how much they cost, $11.11. And they have already been charged. They have already had prayers put over them. So when you utilize them, you know, the quality of the notes are very good. And they really, really work. Like, it really, really works. Sometimes when you burn them, the color does change. And I would say how fast that it burns. Sometimes you can see that it burns really fast. Sometimes it may burn really slow. That lets you know if that currency was accepted or not, and lets you know how real it is. But it can be purchased on the Natural Woman web store. All you have to do is go to www.asknaturalwoman.com or download our app and check it out as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can get a notification when we drop our next video. Peace.